Hey friends, welcome back to Blue Feather Homestead. I'm Sammy. If you are new to this channel, we are so happy and grateful that you have stopped by today. Welcome to my kitchen. I first want to say I'm not flirting with you. I've got something going on with my eye. It's been going on for about 3 days now, and so anyway, if you see me blink in my eye, that's what's going on. Today we are going to make some au gratin potatoes. This is going to be from staples that you have in your long-term storage, or just basically some staples that you have in your pantry. You've seen those boxes at the grocery store that this says au gratin potatoes on them, and they have like dehydrated potatoes in them, and like a sauce packet and things like that. Well, we're going to do the same thing, but you're going to make it from scratch. This is just going to be like a basic recipe to kind of get you started. You can add spices to it, omit things that I'm putting in here or whatever. Just kind of do it your way. But I'm going to show you how I do it here today. We're going to start with the dehydrated potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and dump them in this pan here. I wanted to show you that these dehydrated potatoes, I have had these in my pantry for a good 6 years, okay? I tested them last night and they are still just fine. The color might have darkened a little bit. I did blanch them before I dehydrated them, but I wanted to show you I have them stored in this plastic container, and I have a 300cc oxygen absorber. That's what has been in here, and they have actually lasted that long. I need to go ahead and rotate these out and make some more. But anyway, that's another video. I'm going to go ahead and pour these in. I have 3 cups of dehydrated sliced potatoes. We're going to set this aside and work on the other ingredients. This is going to be in another container. I have a 1/4 cup of powdered milk, 2 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I use arrowroot cornstarch. I like it better in my cooking. I also use it to make deodorant and things like that. That's another video too. Now in this bowl I have my spices. I have 2 teaspoons of onion powder. You can use onion flakes if you have those, dehydrated onion flakes. I have a tablespoon of parsley, or you can use a tablespoon of dried chives if you'd like, if you'd rather have that. And then we have a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of ground mustard. And I'm just going to dump that right in. If you don't have dried mustard or ground mustard, just you could put a squirt of regular table mustard right out of your refrigerator or whatever. Just, put a squirt of that in here once we get this into a slurry, because now we're going to add a cup of milk. You can use water. You can add water to this, but I'm just going to go ahead and add some milk and maybe make it a little bit creamier. Now for the milk, I have a couple of options here. I've got this shelf-stable milk here, and I also have the canned milk. And we have powdered milk, which is in here. But anyway, I think today I will go ahead and use this. I'm going to save my canned milk, although this stuff here goes way beyond the best by date. I mean, it just does. This is good stuff. The kids, I put this in the refrigerator and they don't know any different. So we're going to add a cup of this into here. I'm basically making kind of like a slurry here. I don't want to just dump this powder on top of the potatoes. I think that it will blend a little bit better if we do it this way. Well, it just does. So we're going to give that a good mix. So I've got this good and mixed up. I'm just going to pour them right over the potatoes. That smells so good already. And hopefully this is stuff that you have in your pantry already stocked. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of extremely hot water, okay? This isn't boiling, but it's hot water. The reason that we don't add the hot water into this is because mixing cornstarch and powdered milk and things like that, it's going to mix better in cold water. So that's why I make the slurry before. Now we're going to add 2 cups of hot water. This is not boiling, it's just hot water. This is going to help with the potatoes. The potatoes have got to rehydrate just a little bit before we put it into the oven. And then right on top of here, I'm going to add about 3 pats of butter. This is also shelf-stable butter. This is ghee. It is clarified butter. I have a video on how to make that. that I can put in the description. I'll put the link in the description. So there's one. Butter makes everything better. You must have butter. There's two. I'll make this a bigger one. So there's about 3 pats of butter. So now what I'm going to do is cover this up with foil, and I'm going to let it set while my oven is heating up to 350. Now I greased that pan. I don't want it sticking to my pan. So I'm just going to set this to the side and let my oven heat up to 350. Okay, my oven has reached 350. I'm going to go ahead and go place these in the oven. I'm going to cook them for 30 minutes. You guys, I need to make a correction. We are not making au gratin potatoes. We are making scalloped potatoes. Au gratin potatoes are the cheesy potatoes. We are making scalloped potatoes today. So I do apologize for that. But I wanted to show you that if you do decide you want to make cheesy potatoes or scalloped potatoes, or excuse me, au gratin potatoes, I'll get it straight, au gratin potatoes. I have this powder here, and this, at one point, my family and I went vegan. And I used to use this Nutritional yeast flakes, which is kind of cheesy, buttery cheesy powder, if you can see in there. And I used to make like macaroni and cheese and things like this. This was kind of like a cheese substitute and things that I baked and stuff. So anyway, you could always add some of that, or if you have some good cheese powder in your pantry that you could use, then you know you could just probably add like a cup of that to this stuff and stir it up or whatever and use that. These out of the oven. It's been 30 minutes. Now I'm going to remove this foil and cook it for probably 15-20 minutes more. So these turned out just really good, guys. They're creamy. The texture is excellent on the potatoes. They really turned out great, and they even look good. I'm really kind of surprised that they look so great considering my potatoes were about 6 years old. So, and I wanted to tell you also that these are just russet potatoes that I have dehydrated. So anyway, guys, I've already eaten some and it is delicious. We'll have it with our supper tonight. I hope you guys give this a try. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.